Good to see everybody. So happy to see people's faces. Wish we were in person and not virtual, but we want to keep it comfortable for all of y'all who got busy lives out here. So as we get settled, we'll kick off here in just a second. As most of y'all know, as you log in to the meeting, as always, please put your contact information in the chat. We want to know how to reach out to you and stay connected, including our members. So, members, partners, please do me the favor, as I just did, by putting your contact info. If the title helps, certainly put that too. But if you choose not to, all good. We just want to make sure we can stay connected amongst the family here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kick off. Thank y'all for coming to our May 2026 virtual general meeting. As always, we got a packed agenda, some team updates. Hopefully, you all have seen the agenda. Quite the project opportunities within this NAMAC network. So glad you are here. And hopefully, there's going to be some good opportunities for your firms with some of the partners that will be speaking today. As always, we want to hear back from members. If you do connect with partners around project opportunities, we want to bird dog that with you to make sure that there's a beneficial exchange of communication and opportunity. And then partners, if you chasing down members and for whatever reason they ain't answering your email or phone, please call the NAMAC family because we want to hold both our members and partners accountable to figuring out ways to work together as we economically recover in the city of Portland and the state. So thank you. And then a big thank you to the members and partners who attended and some of the members who were in booths at the spring trade show. I think we had great attendance. We had multiple elected speakers come from Mari Watanabe to Herman Green to Shannon Singleton. And I know I'm missing one. Oh, Peabody director came, Millicent Williams, to talk about some of the Fix Our Street programs. So if you missed out on that opportunity, we don't want you to miss out on what's coming next by way of our fall trade show. So if y'all could please reach out to the team around your interest in being in a booth with us this time. We would love to have you. And we're introducing partners now into the trade show because some of the partners were saying, "Hey, we want to get in on some of this as well." And make sure that again, a lot of our team is in the network of trade show opportunities as well. So members and partners know that you will both be welcome to be a part of the fall trade show. And so just wanted to make sure you were aware. And also in awareness, uh, we are in Asian American as well as Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So big shout out to all of our Native American and Pacific Islander and Asian community folks. We are here with you. Yes, I see some of y'all in the room. So happy to be a part of this broad, diverse family of ours here at NAMAC. So just wanted to make sure you knew we doing some shout outs and want to make sure we see all of y'all patronizing some of these businesses, whether they got restaurants or entertainment, facilities or even supply firms, design firms, what have you. Please support with your dollars some of these businesses. And then we start in registration. I'm just giving y'all the download of things that are coming. The team are about to speak here in a minute as well. But if you guys want to be a part of the annual roast and toast of Mr. Nate McCoy, we will be having our family barbecue again at Oaks Park. It's the day before my birthday, so I want to celebrate that with you all. If you can be there on July 25th, we love seeing you. And what we love seeing even more is your kids and your wife or your husband if we don't get to see them very often, because this is a family affair and upwards of 200 plus people usually come to this event. So we want to make sure you get registered. We had way too many wristbands last year for the kids, and so we try to make sure we're providing a lot of entertainment for the kids. So please register. It'd be very tight with who you want to come. We want everybody, but we want to make sure we don't overspend on wristbands and food. So we want to make sure we get an accurate count. So please reach out to the team. They're going to drop some stuff in the chat box and make sure that you guys know how to plug in and get registered for the family reunion barbecue July 25th, 2026, 1 to 4 p.m. at Oaks Park. Going down my list, I also want to make sure that folks know that we are, and this is pretty much throughout the year, but we are always in renewal period for existing members and existing partners as we recruit new members and new partners on. We want to remind those members that we certainly love seeing your check come in for your dues, but we also want to make sure you're filling out the application that kind of comes with it. And it's not like something that we just think is always going to be stagnant because we know you guys change emails, maybe addresses, might have hired some new staff, might have new contacts you want to add to our email distribution. And we need to know those things because we collect that data and we have to report on some of the growth of our membership when we go after grants. And we just want to make sure that we're not missing a way to connect with you or your team. So those yearly applications, which aren't very long, members who have not filled those out and maybe cut your check and sent it, the team is feverishly trying to find you to make sure we just get that application submitted. So please don't ignore any emails, or even if you haven't ignored them, we're going to reach out again through both Abby and Cinnamon. Our COO will be sending some emails in the next week to just make sure that we get solid communication on the folks that we're being mindful of that we haven't heard back from on those applications. Not calling nobody out today, but we want to make sure that we get that in so that we can really have up-to-date data on your companies. So please, please, please be on the lookout for that information, both members and partners, if you haven't filled that information out yet. So be on the lookout for that communication coming. And then we'd like to make sure you all are aware that we have added some new members and partners. And wanted to name them off. I'm not sure if they're here, but by way of a thumbs up, if you are here, please use your thumb up symbol if we name you. But very pleased and happy to be bringing on Advanced Welding Inc., as well as Alpha Construction LLC and Aladdin Heating and Cooling. And then new partners, a group called Current. And I'm not quite sure what Current does. Somebody on the team might put it in the chat just because I was not able to meet with that partner, but I'm glad
They're
we added them.
similar to EOS. They're the company that I told you does like operating systems and efficiencies.
So business operations development, very similar to entrepreneurial operating system that NAMAC and some of our members use that have certainly started to grow. Glad we offer in another group because that has been pretty much the backbone and lifeline for NAMAC as we've continued to grow. So thank you for that additional information, Cinnamon. And then HMS Development and Deacon Construction round out the new partners and some of those members. So just happy if you're aware of anybody out in the marketplace that you think is looking for a home, a family-oriented organization, and resources, please send them our way. Our team would love to talk to any potential new partners or members or resource partners as well. So thank you, thank you.
Very
And
quick,
then,
Nate,
oh,
can I
yep,
add to your talking points live
absolutely.
and in real time? Coffee and opportunities next May 12th or next Tuesday morning at 9, and I'll let you explain what it is.
Yeah, would love to get as many, and this is specific to members. So again, this is nothing against any of our partners, but Representative Daniel Nguyen, who has been a champion for a lot of small businesses at the state level, has asked if he could host a forum with our group as he tries to get reelected for his position. He's currently our Economic Development Committee chair at the state level, and we're working with him to really propose some new policy and legislative actions that would support, again, the continued growth of our small businesses, not just exclusive to NAMAC, but across many of our other chambers and other business lines. So just know that he's been a great champion for us to work with. We're inviting him in. It's in the chat right now, his beautiful face. And we would just love y'all to join us. And so he's asked for he doesn't care if it's our smallest member to one of our largest members. He just wants to have a very direct conversation with our group around some of our challenges, so he can also talk about some of the things that he's thinking about as he gets reelected that he can champion alongside us as a solid economic development group, supporting many of you here today. So please come. As you know, NAMAC is not a 501c6 or a lobbying firm. So we are just setting up the platform. We are not asking you to vote for this man or sway you in any way on anything you want to do with your vote, your choice of voting. We just want to create the platform for you guys to get opportunities to share and know how some of our electeds are handling this business arena that we're all in. And he happens to work right down the street from the NAMAC office, so again, come one, come all, members exclusive. And we may invite him back to a general meeting for him and others if partners want to also participate. So just wanted y'all to know that he had asked us to set this table, and so we want to see if members can come and participate. So please do register and let us know if you want to attend because we're hoping to get at least 30 folks. I think that's pretty amenable for us to get of our 300 members, so please do come if you can. Thank you for that note, Cinnamon, because I did not have that. With that said, let me shift before we get to the agenda with asking our team members to give some updates, starting with Tiana and followed by Sadie.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I just wanted to take a quick moment to highlight a couple educational programs that we have coming up this month. Starting with US Bank, they will be presenting a NAMAC University class. The title is Risk Management for Contractors, Fraud Prevention, and Cybersecurity. The session will cover topics like fraud prevention, cybersecurity practices, and protecting sensitive business information. We will be dropping the link in the chat, the flyer in the chat. If you are interested in this class and you may not have a time to look at the chat, just send us an email at education@namac-oregon.org. One more training that we have coming up, which is our Lunch and Learn. That will be Friday, May 22nd. The title for that is the Contractor's HR Toolkit. That will be virtual as well. And some of the topics that will be discussed is workforce planning, employee onboarding, performance management, HR compliances. So those are the trainings that we have coming up for the month of May. Again, if you have any questions or if you would like to suggest a training to us, please email us at education@namac-oregon.org. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you too, Tiana. Sorry, I had my mute button on. Let me hand it over to Sadie to make some great announcements as well.
Thank you, Nate. Hello, everyone. My name is Sadie. I'm the Green Construction Program Coordinator here at NAMC-Oregon. I lead NAMC's Building Green Futures program. If you're not familiar with the program, it provides our members access to green construction certification trainings. So I quickly wanted to share an upcoming class we have for this quarter. On June 24th and 26th, we'll be offering the All About Accessory Dwelling Units, ADUs, and ADU Specialist Designation class in collaboration with Earth Advantage. That was a mouthful. So the classes will be held here at the NAMC Oregon office, with both sessions running as half days. The classes will cover the ADU development process, property eligibility, cost planning, building regulations, return on investment, and more. It also includes a tour of an ADU construction site. The participants who complete the course will receive their ADU specialist designation from Earth Advantage. We have limited spots, so if you're interested, please make sure to register. The link and flyer will be linked in the chat. Our registration window closes on June 17th. As Tiana stated, if you have any questions or any recommendations for future trainings, please email education@namac-oregon.org.
Thank you, Sadie. And before we jump in, I want to scan real quick to see if Kenyatta has joined us yet. Not yet.
He has
This.
not, but I can very quickly.
Mhm.
We have two flyers, two or three flyers we're going to drop in the chat specific to Jefferson High School. There's an information session that the community is invited to participate in. I believe that is this evening, but please double check the flyer. Um, And there is a groundbreaking ceremony at Jefferson High School that I don't know the date for, but the flyer is there as well. And then there's some information on Cleveland High School. We have presentations planned for June and July specific to Jeff in June and Cleveland in July. So tons of project information coming on that. But these are some community events that are on the horizon. Super excited to see these things get up and running. And we want to see all of our NAMAC family at that groundbreaking because that's kind of a big deal for our community. So,
Thank you. Thank you. And my last comment, which feels like another big deal. Don't quote me on this being a milestone or not, but fresh off the press, after traveling to DC about a week or so ago with a business contingent that is focused on this little bridge project that just might cost us taxpayers about 15 billion. I'm hearing that bids on the Washington state side are about to go out this July. So Kiewit is getting in front of this opportunity and is going to be hosting a forum not far from our office where Owami holds a lot of their meetings at the University of Oregon campus. Orlin is going to drop in a flyer here. Oh, she's already dropped it in. Please take a look at that because this is literally fresh off the press of this week. And just want to make sure this is open to anybody. They're going to be entertaining conversations on packages as well as the teams that they're going to start developing for folks that are interested in chasing that job. And it's not a long list of folks chasing that job. So if you can, please be mindful of attending many of these events, but we want to get you some of these events that are happening pretty soon in front of you. So, more to come on that. We're going to put that on social media and our MailChimp communications as a follow up, but just thought we'd drop it in the chat. Thank you, Orlin. And with that said, would love to hand it over to our first presenter. Remember, you can use your own sharing of the screen so that you can run your own slide deck. So first up, I want to invite Noel of Hoffman Construction to talk about Ida B. Wells and the opportunities on Portland Public School projects.
Sounds good. I'm going to attempt this. Did it pop up?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. First, thanks for the opportunity to meet with you all. It's been about a year since I was here, and a lot has changed. We got some momentum. Some things changed over that year, but we're finally moving into the CD phase of the project. So that's pretty exciting for the school, for the PPS and the community, and it's a lot closer. We start construction at the end of the year, so now things are happening a lot quicker now. All right. So my name is Noel Idahar. I'm the project manager on the project there. We are scheduled to mobilize at the end of the year, maybe some work a little prior to that. But just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on where we stand, what's upcoming, kind of some things that have changed or what's dealing with the project itself, and go from there. So just a quick overview. I'm sure most of you have seen this or are familiar with the site, but it's it's a pretty large project site, and on the left-hand side is a Riki Elementary School that remains operational. We don't have any work associated with the school itself. On the far right is the existing Ida B. Wells High School, and that would remain operational through phase one of the construction, where we would during phase one we build the new school, and then we do a flip-flop process where they move into the new school, and then we finish phase two. The owner is Portland Public Schools, architect is Bora, and we actually partnered with these folks on a previous high school project, so very familiar. We have a great team. They've been very supportive, definitely pushing to keep us all on track and make sure these schools, the last three of these high schools, get started and finish on time so we can get folks into these buildings. So and there's a little pool here on site. It's not PPS, it's Portland Parks and Recs. That pool is going to remain. And so I know a lot of folks use it. Timing and whether if it stays fully operational through construction, that's still to be worked out with PPS. But all work that's going to be around it will take place surrounding the pool, and that stays as is. So as mentioned, we're going to do it in two phases. And what I tried to do was highlight just the area of the property that we'd be occupying during the phase one, and phase two will pop up here shortly. But like I mentioned, construction starts in December of 26, and that runs all the way out through summer of 29. And that's when kind of the school year changes. We don't do a mid-year school transfer change. So that's when they would move in. But the new high school, it's a large school, just under 300,000 square feet. This first phase is going to have a pretty substantial earthwork and site utility scope. The there's about a 60-foot grade change over this project from the west to the east. So it's a substantial stepping of it. And so the building height itself ranges from 3 to 4 feet, depending as you work your way down across the site. But we call it a daylight. I wouldn't say lower floor. They don't like to use the term basement, but it daylights and open. So it works really well with the topography of the site and whatnot. The structure itself is mass timber and steel. It's a hybrid system. And so the south portion of the high school down here, I forgot I have a mouse that I can point, is called the classroom academic wing. That's the mass timber portion. And the northern portion is the athletics and the performing arts. And that's going to be a structural steel, CMU type structure. We have a bunch of interior finishes, everything you can imagine with a school. That's going on in their casework, just specialties, a lot of different specialty finishes with the different classrooms, theatrical, the band and choir. They just have every space that you can imagine through there too. So lots of scopes, different pieces that if folks are interested in. Site concrete, as part of this phase one, we plan to have a smaller site concrete package. So while this is all in phase one, we will not be turning over and constructing the fields until phase two, because that's where the construction laydown, that's where we're going to be storing, doing a lot of our prefab on site that's going. So the turnover on phase one is going to be kind of the surrounding proximity of the new high school. And so there's flat work associated with that. There's going to be some smaller landscaping packages. A lot of the rest of it will come out with phase two. And we'll obviously wrap with final cleaning. And I did toss on there that we'll have full-time job site security, whether that's through video surveillance in the front beginning half, or actually probably full-time folks on board later on once the structure kind of gets up and finishes evolve. And then I tossed on flagging because while many times we put flagging under the appropriate subcontractors that are going to be on site, this site being built in between occupied schools, we want to make sure that our construction entrance that we're going to be having is monitored, and to prevent public from coming in, to keep them safe, but also as our construction traffic leaves and exits, we're in a controlled environment as well. So that being said, our construction entrance is going to be coming off Capitol, which is the northwest corner of the site. And so if you're familiar with the school, that is kind of like a heavy way that, there's a lot of students that try to access it. There's going to be some training and folks getting used to the new pathways and whatnot's involved. But we do plan to set up some additional measures to make sure folks are safe. So this is kind of what phase two, as we morph and transition between the phases of it. We still contain and maintain the northern side of the track and field, and this is a multi-purpose field. But now the PPS has moved into a new building. Summer has occurred, so everyone's off enjoying summer, and we're going to try to get a lot of work done during the summer months. So during that, that's when all the site work occurs, the abatement and the demo. Abatement's not through us, that's through the owner. So if anyone's interested in that, that's direct with PPS. And then a lot of earthwork again. It goes down about 13 to 15 feet here on this east side. So it's a substantial grade that we need to bring down before the final fields and athletic areas are constructed. And then you'll notice that it kind of extends a little bit over to this Reiki side. That is actually the softball field utilized by the high school. So there's improvements that occur down there as well. And we're probably going to, depending on timing, break out the sequencing of the softball field from the rest of it so that it can occur in a smaller duration so that we're able to possibly get it open up sooner and whatnot. So all those, the timing of that, we still need to develop and work with PPS on getting those finalized. But for the start of the school year in 2029, that the orange zone would all be under the construction phase 2. And so part of this, I just tossed up there, along with the fields, you have you have the athletic fields, so you have the turf, you have a lot of flat work that's involved with it. We have asphalt, we have landscaping, irrigation. We have little buildings, which are the support buildings that we have on site that we're going to build a new pool support building that's just a little adjacent. So that's going to be a separate scope that's decoupled from our main building. And then the grandstands, they're going to get replaced, but they're going to go back into the same location. And so as we do the grandstands, there's also a bunch of storage and just the grandstand restroom facilities and whatnot under there. So a lot of different scopes involved with phase 2. Some are smaller packages, though. That's just going to based on the timing of it all. This one will run through about a year. So we take over in about June, and then we turn it over in August of 2030 for that school year to start. Just a little bit on the procurement side. That's always an exciting piece. So Bid Pack 2 just hit the streets. And it's kind of a hodgepodge of things, but we got fire sprinklers in there. We got some detailing aspects, soil tension anchors, and then facade scope. So a lot of that is related to design build elements that we need to get a delegated designer engineer on board so that we can make sure it's coordinated with our permit packages as they go into the city. So that's why those were expedited a little bit. Otherwise, Bid Pack 3 timing of it is late summer. Mid to late summer. That's when the earthwork utilities, CMU, fireproofing, elevators come in. And then Bid Pack 4 is going to be the mass of the finishes and the build out of the facility itself. That's when we'll issue that one. And that will probably hit the streets about end of December, beginning of January. So that timeline is all kind of based on when we receive it's all milestone of documents. So when we receive the 50% and when we receive our 100% CD set on getting those out. And this is a look of standing at where the current track and field will be. It's all brand new, but standing there looking back at the building, and it just you can see the facade of it. It's a thin brick facade. You can kind of start seeing the mass timber pop through. So everyone's very excited about that element and incorporating that into the PPS schools. And then I do want to hit on our project owner requirements. Certified business goals, we have a goal of 18, always striving to do more. PPS has been, Kenyatta's been great, and we're trying to find partnerships and making sure that folks have the ability, if they're interested, to work with potential bidders. So there are some large scopes on this project, and what we've been recommending is trying to team up and make sure the aspects of scopes that you'd be interested in, we can put you in connection with the right folks that'd be looking at it, or maybe that's a smaller package as we break out the different phases of it too. It is a prevailing wage project, so if you're not familiar with that, let me know. But we will have a prevailing wage date that's established, and on-site work will be required to pay your workers that piece of it. Fingerprint and background checks, we're being told will be a requirement for the full duration of the project. So that if you've been on a PPS project prior, it might be slightly different. And that's something that we're still working through, so it's not defined, but just be aware that that's a requirement. We have a drug testing requirement, and there are LDs that are tied. We like to be transparent about that, but liquidated damages that are tied to substantial and final completion of the project. So any questions on how that all works, let me know. I have actually, if anyone's interested in our Bid Pack 2 that's on the street right now, has a pretty substantial schedule. So if you want to dive into the scopes of when the timing is, otherwise you're more than welcome to reach out and let me know, and I can help answer any of those questions. So I just want to see if there's any questions there are. I do have my email on there if you want to reach out, and I can either put you in touch with the right folks and or design team members or our owner side or ourselves.
Noel,
Noel, I'll ask the first. Oh, go
we had a
ahead,
quick
Kevin.
question. We had a quick question from the chat from
Oh,
Mike Day, which was, are LDs applied per day?
They they are, and it goes in an incremental step of it. There's PPS has about a 30-day period where they're able to determine if they're going to implement it for substantial completion, but it is per day. And you see, depending if substantial completion gets pushed beyond the final completion, that's when the two LDs actually get applied. So it's additive.
and Noel, also following up on Kevin, Neil asked the question of, is there any architectural scope still left to go
Absolutely.
after?
Yeah. Um, all interior finishes will be hitting the street, and that is probably the December timeframe. So we have some trade partners on board. We have MEP, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. We have our main structural package piece of it, and some exterior framing. But beyond that, all the interior scope would be going out for bid.
Good stuff. And Noel, you mentioned back to your bid schedule, and you might already be talking to Kenyatta about this, but package 3, 4, I mean, if I'm thinking about the airport project, I know Rebecca, the NAMAC team, we hosted some sessions either on site or, at a convenient space to like actually support the sub to bigger sub, kind of partnership opportunity because I know our members find it very hard to just go knock on the door and jazz up business alone. So if
Yep.
there's a way to kind of pre-bid at the NAMAC office or somewhere that feels fair for convenience, I'd love to see if we could do that for bid package 3 and 4 because I think a lot of those scopes show up for a lot of NAMAC members. So just want to curate something that feels like a smaller audience if that's possible.
Yes, and she's actually working on she kind of got all contractors, the Jefferson, Cleveland, and Ida B. Wells. We all kind of sat together and we chatted to just hit rough timelines. All three projects are within a similar time of construction. And the exact sequencing might be slightly off, so we're kind of still working through that. But we are in touch with each other just to make sure that our packages aren't all overlapping with each other and just putting
Yeah.
a lot of stress on folks. And she is working to set up an event where all the contractors would be there and kind of meet the contractor type deal.
Okay, perfect,
Yep.
perfect.
And I don't know when that time was. I forgot.
No, all good. Well, good.
Okay.
Kenyatta
Okay.
is
And
here, but
Kenya,
her microphone is not cooperating with her, so she's been
uh,
texting me, but she is here in the room. I dropped her contact information in the chat. So Neil, I encourage you, reach out to Kenyatta. Anybody else who wants to get connected with information or know about the dates that Noel just mentioned, get in contact with Kenyatta. And Kenyatta, sorry that your inbox is going to be completely flooded. But that's how we're gonna get these folks connected to this work. So, okay.
absolutely. Any other members have any questions, or even partners if you got questions, but any members or partners that have any questions about what you heard or did not hear from our Hoffman team? I'm scanning. Okay, well, as I always say to y'all, closed mouth don't get fed, but Noel and Rebecca and team are here. So if you don't catch them today, please reach out. I think their information's in the chat, or reach out to the NAMAC team and we will make sure we plug you, starting with Kenyatta. But other than that, Noel, if no questions
Appreciate
of
it.
you, that means you did a great job presenting.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you very much. All right. Shifting over to our good friend Paul Nickerson of Eichler, who wants to talk about Bull Mountain, I think, affordable housing project. So you've got the
Yeah,
floor.
thank you. Appreciate it. Good to see you all again.
Yes, sir.
Some of you will be aware that I presented on a project, Bull Mountain Apartments, about 6 weeks ago. It was sort of a heads up quickie presentation at the general meeting. Well, we've made some progress since then, and now I'd like to share it with y'all and invite you to reach out to us if you'd like the opportunity to bid on this work. I'm going to share screen here. One sec. Here we go.
And while you're doing that, Paul, I'm over here laughing because I can see you've got a seatbelt on, but you are at the beach and the wind is blowing, and visually it's just throwing me off.
Right.
It's not a seatbelt. That's my sash. I'm on
Oh,
a I'm on a
it's for your satchel.
I'm a
Okay, I got you.
bridesmaid. We're on a yeah. No, you're right. I'm in my truck. All
Okay.
right. Everybody see my screen here, huh?
Yes, sir.
Great. So we are building an affordable housing project in Tigard, Oregon for a good client of ours, a good repeat client of ours, Greenlight and Home First Development. They are in the business of developing affordable housing all over the state of Oregon, and this will be our fourth project for them. We are, and they've got partners Polyphon and AKS that are involved in that project. We are about 6 weeks from breaking ground, so we are in a hustle. We're in a hustle. Fortunately, the front end earthwork is going to be fairly protracted because it's on a steep hill with a lot of dirt work and rock work and stuff like that. So we've got a little bit of time, a little window of opportunity to open up for bids to this group. So we're going to open up the bid process. I'll show you in a few minutes which scopes are already taken, but most of the scopes are open. So a little bit about ourselves first. We are straight up multifamily experts. We only build apartments. And so here's an example of some recent work just finished. And here's some of our affordable housing work that we've done for this same client. The top right is currently under construction out in Manzanita, and the bottom right is currently in construction in Salem. Both of those are affordable housing projects that we're doing with this owner. Oh, the format got messed up. Doggone it. Well, okay. The project that we're sending out to bid right now is a 74 unit apartment complex serving Tigard, Oregon. We are actively seeking bids for all trades except the ones that are listed there. So we've already awarded excavating, framing, roofing, fire sprinkler, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical. And all the ones that have stars next to them are MWESB contractors, some of whom are here today in this meeting. So good stuff there.
Yep.
Our target is 30% MWESB utilization, and we've hit that target or better on all of the projects that we've done with this developer. As we go out for bid, our selection criteria is we're kind of inverting, what folks often talk about by their selection criteria. Our criteria are completeness of the bid and ability to form, and if those boxes are checked marked, then we'll look at cost. But it's all about completeness of the bid. We don't want any scope gaps. We want fair bids from all of our bidders, and it is not prevailing wage, and so it's market rate. And if you have any questions at all, in a little bit here, you'll see contact information, how to reach out to us during the bid process. Okay. Some images of what we're building. You can see the clubhouse in the foreground and building A in the background. Here's another of the buildings, and the other building that's not shown is similar to this. And this kind of gives you an overview of what we're talking about. So um, we've got our main building A, building B, building C. Those are our apartment buildings, and then we've got some support buildings. We've got the manager's office here in building D. We've got some trash enclosures, playground, and a freestanding bike, locked up bike building. Um, Oops, lost control here. There we go. We're looking at a 15-month duration, and we will have multiple buildings in construction in parallel. So the head counts for the trades will have to be sufficient to do multiple buildings per time. And part of our bid qualifying process will be confirming that in fact that headcount does exist. There are LDs on the project, and so we'd like to avoid anyone being liable to LDs, and the best way to do that is just make sure that we've got the proper headcount. So we would like I presented this 6 weeks ago when I was in front of all of you. I'll do it again. We would like for anyone who's interested in this project to reach out to us via bids@eichler-cg.com. Next week, the bid invites go out, so now's the perfect time. I got a few, but not very many inquiries when I presented before, so don't be shy. Let's send your estimating contact info to there. We'll get you a copy of this slide deck so that you'll have some of the instructions that come after this. You'll have some of those immediately available to you. You'll get a Procore bid invitation, and you'll see right here, check your junk box. Well, a lot of our invitations to bid find their way to people's spam folders, and that's a bummer. So when we send those invitations out next week, we will for certain do so. So if you don't get it and you asked to be on the bid list, you'll find it in your junk inbox. So that bids@eichler-cg.com email is where you'll send any questions. We'll be happy to answer them. Your bid invite will give you all of the documents that you'll need to successfully bid the project, and they are all listed here. So in addition to all of the drawings, which is everything but the bottom 3 bullet points, so those are all the drawings. The last 2 are relevant to the contract. They're part of the contract, and they are relevant to the bid process. We send out a contractor's scope checklist so that we can eliminate as many scope gaps as possible for your sake and for ours. It is also the best way to make sure that that people did in fact look at all of the drawings, is to go through the checklist and ensure that they also check those. So it's to everybody's benefit that we send that out. We sure do expect and need that submitted with the bid. And then also we send a copy of our standard requirements with our bid invite, because we like everybody. We don't like people to be surprised when they see things in the contract that talk about, that talk about the nitty gritty, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so there you go. And here are some instructions to bidders as you prepare your quotes. Bid the entire scope of work for your discipline. Don't bid half the scope of work or even 98% of the scope of work. Bid 100% of the scope of work for your discipline, so there's no gaps. And please do, in fact, bid the specs and plans, not whatever alternates you feel like bidding instead. No substitutions in the base bid. Those can be dealt with as alternates. And again, please submit a copy of the scope checklist with your bid. The scope checklists that are included are located in the documents folder. They're not going to, not every minor trade has their own checklist. So if you don't see one, that's on purpose. And we give everybody a copy of every checklist so they can see what other trades are supposed to provide as well, so that they can recognize whether there's any scope gaps as well. Okay. Oh boy, that feels redundant now. It didn't feel redundant when I was creating this slide deck, but it feels redundant now. As I said, I'll give you a copy of the anyone who requests to receive an invitation to bid. I will also send this slide deck so you can look at it then. And once we send you your invitation to bid, you'll also create you'll also get a login to our Procore platform. And if you have any need for assistance, please reach out to us for clarifications on the drawings. I know NAMC also supports its members with question and answer as well, so reach out to them also. And then I'm not going to go through all of the next rest of the slide deck because I've already taken enough time. But if the remainder of the slide deck shows you how to submit a bid in Procore. Some people have had a little bit of a learning curve with doing that, so we've created a little bit of a tutorial, which is actually why I'm going to share these these slides with you all if you ask to be invited to bid the project. So that's all I've got, and I see Patricia has
Yes, she has
raised
her
a
hand
hand,
up.
so would love to answer a question if you've got one.
Hi, Paul, and hi, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good, good, good.
Awesome. Hello, Cinnamon. Hey, okay, so I did happen to see your package number 4. My company specializes on rebar reinforcing and post-tension installation. My first question is, I did see your concrete included on package 4, but I didn't get to see the structural package. Do you accept rebar quotes by basically by myself, or do I have to go in with a concrete contractor to be able to have you acknowledge or choose my bid?
Great question. I have no idea what you're referring to when you say package number 4. That makes me think perhaps you're referring to the Hoffman presentation a minute or two ago, because we don't have package numbers or anything like that. But I'll answer the general question. We do not take rebar bids separate from structural concrete bids. They would go through the concrete subcontractor.
I see. Yes, and I'm sorry, I apologize. Yes, I
No
was
worries.
putting together Hoffman request and your project as well.
Gotcha.
Okay, in this case, I would have to know which contractors. Hopefully, there's quite a few contractors that are bidding this project, and that way I can bid to them and they can bid this project to you.
I will be happy to send you a list of the folks that we send our invites to if you shoot an email to that bids@eichler-cg.com email address.
I have it down, and yes, I'm looking forward to email you as soon as this meeting is over.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
Yep. And Patricia, will you copy both Kevin and probably Damien on that just because we want to support Paul. And as most folks on this call know, we're what we call an owner's rep on some of these affordable housing projects we're part of. And Paul and team have been great to work with, and so have the developers. And so we just want to make sure that in the hustle and bustle that if emails are getting exchanged and let's just say folks are busy, we can help support getting those connection points. So keep us copied if you can, even on your side, Paul. We'll help do the dirty work, if you will, of just making sure folks are aware of things that might be in the junk box or even in the inbox, so that we can make sure no opportunities missed. But thank you for that question, Patricia. Any other questions?
Nope, I think that is it. And I will certainly copy Kevin and Damien on my email. Thank
Okay,
you.
Sam. Yep, sounds good. And the thing that rung true in my ear, Paul, is that you got members already engaged, and it seemed like a couple of buildings already. So if some of the members have not worked with Eichler, just know they showing up for us, and they got plenty of projects coming, as you can tell. So if you haven't worked with him, please do what he said. If you still got questions, again, let us be aware if we can be of assistance. If not, again, he's looking for y'all to email and get engaged. So, unless there's anything else you want to say, Paul, I appreciate you, and so does our team for this good collaboration.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you, and thank you, everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, keeping us moving. Would love to have Fortis step up to the virtual mic and have Amber Sotelo to lead us with discussion. And hopefully, I didn't butcher your last name.
You did, but everybody does.
Just say my friend Amber next time.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, most people just call me Amber these days. So, as I pull up my screen here, I do want to add a disclaimer that I have a beautiful, wonderful dog with me right now, that does bark quite a bit. So hopefully I can get through this without without her barking, but we'll see. Okay, can I get a thumbs up from Nate that my screen is sharing?
Yes, I can see it.
Perfect. All right. Well, hello, everyone. I am Amber Sotelo. I am with Fortis Construction, and per usual, I have a dad joke to break the ice on this one. Why are penguins socially awkward? Why? Because they can't break the ice. So, hope that loosened everyone up just a little bit. So by now, a lot of you guys who have seen our presentations before have probably seen this slide before. We have about 600 plus employees across 5 different states at Fortis Construction. We are opening a new office in Austin, Texas. So hang in there for more updates around that. But we're located throughout the country and Singapore. We're headquartered here in Portland, and we really care about small businesses. We started as a small business just 23 short years ago, and we've since grown to an over $5 billion company. So we strive to make an impact and give back to the small business community the same way that we were supported as we were growing. Now, if you have seen this before, this might look a little different. We mixed it up a bit. So keep the energy flowing. We're going to play a little game of Fortis trivia. It's not Jeopardy or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire because these are trademarked. So please utilize the chat. We'll use A, B, C, and D for our game. Who's ready? Yeah, we all are. Yay. Okay. So first up, what platform does Fortis use for bid notifications? Is it A, Plan Hub? Is it B, Construction Wire? Is it C, Planet Bids? Or D, Building Connected? I'll give you guys about 5 seconds to answer. I see answers going in, but I can't actually see the chat. Gonna think that through. Okay, and virtual drum roll. Oh, let's see if it'll change. There we go. It is Building Connected. For those of you who answered D, congratulations. Your prize is me clapping right now. Okay, and then next up, what program does Fortis have that offers twice monthly payments for co-bid firms performing work on our projects? Is it A, a third-party funding system, B, blockchain invoicing, C, the early pay program, or D, a quarterly reimbursement cycle? Go ahead and put your answers in the chat. Give me just a few seconds to do that. I see the chat pumping. All right, it is the early pay program. So if you are a small business on one of our projects, you can enroll in an early pay program that allows you to get paid twice monthly instead of just once monthly, because we want to make sure that we're helping keeping those lights on for you. We don't want a small business going under with our watch because we're not paying you your money. So, okay, next one. What is our small business development program called? This is hosted once a year. It's become very competitive, and to get into, we do have a wait list right now, but very soon we'll start opening that wait list back up. Is it A, Fortis Builds, B, Fortis Small Business University, C, Fortis Impact Plus, or D, Fortis Grow and Learn? Give you a second to get your answers in the chat. All right, going on. It is C, the Fortis Impact Plus program, which is my baby. If you're interested in getting into that program, keep an ear to the ground because we're going to start releasing information for our 2026 cohort. 2027. Oh my God, it is 2026. 2027 cohort. So, all right. Quick high overview of the fun game we just played. So, how to get started with us. Getting notified. If you sign up for Building Connected, you can actually get automatically notified when we have a new bid hitting the ground. Subcontractors receive this information or this email based on the scope that you enter into Building Connected when you get signed up on there. And it is free to sign up. You do not need a full list licensing for that. Some contacts, you're welcome to take a screenshot of this, a picture of it with your phone, type it, etch it into stone. My email is already in the chat. If you'd rather email my team lead, Kimberly, you're welcome to do that. We also have the magnificent Caitlin McGuire, who does our pre-qualification process here at Fortis. And then we talked a little bit about the early paid program and the Impact Plus subcontractor development program. I think a lot of y'all have heard about it. And like I said, we'll get more information hitting the streets very soon. So just a little teaser for you. Now the nitty gritty, what everybody wants to hear about. Here are some high levels of our subcontracting opportunities. So we have the OHSU CT6 replacement. This is kind of an earlier announcement on this project, but it's going to be very hands-on. Your contact with that is going to be Mike Kahn, and we'll be closing bids for that end of December, so they'll probably be hitting the streets closer to October. We also have Portland State University, new housing building coming up. That's going to be hitting the ground any day now, and I promise as soon as I get the bid release date, I will be emailing it out as much as I can to all of the small business chambers, NAMC, of course, and the others. That one is, we're anticipating the bids will be due at the end of July, early August type area. So. But a big one that we have right now coming up is our Portland University student housing renovation, or excuse me, it's been a very long time. Portland State University renovation of the Fairboys Mashish Hall, and I will learn how to say that before the bids close, I promise. But this one has a very wide range of scope and a lot of room for small businesses. Our small business utilization minimum goal is 20%. At Fortis, we really try to make our goals the minimums, not our ceilings, because we can always engage with small businesses more and more. We're also going to have a 12% apprentice goal on that, and 20% utilization of apprentice women, veterans, and minority individuals. And your contact on that is going to be Spencer Witter. If anybody was on our PCC HT West project, Harrison Reese is going to be the project manager on that, and he is a very passionate for small business project manager. So there's some information for you. These slides, I believe, will be sent out. If you have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat or raise your hand. I'll answer them to the best of my ability.
Just one comment, kind of in the chat, Amber, just wondering, apprenticeship goals seeming a little low. Is there I guess, comment on kind of, I guess, the goal set at that level?
I believe that that goal came from the owner, but as always, when we set a goal, that's our minimum, not what we're capping ourselves at. So if we can do more, we absolutely will. Um, but I believe that that number came from the owner itself.
Okay. Yep. No, thank you. Any other questions? I know I have a comment, Amber. That might have been the most engaging, interactive presentation we might have had in the history of NAMAC. Just saying. Uh, but I think the people who won should probably get a contract. Might be what I would say if they bid the work, they get the contract because Roddy and a couple folks, they didn't miss a question.
Hey, you know what? Put it in your bid and say that you got every
I won
question
Jeopardy,
in
so
the
like,
NAMAC virtual meeting, so you're
yep,
ready.
yep, they are all the way ready. No, but
Yes.
truly, any questions? Because Amber is always in Fortis bringing opportunities to the table, and I know their team works very hard to support NAMAC members and others. So, any questions? I see Patricia's got her hand up. Absolutely. Go ahead, Patricia.
I only guessed one, so maybe I should get a job awarded so that I can get to know you guys better.
I think, yeah, you might be onto something.
Okay, my same question. Do you guys take rebar quotes directly, or do I have to be under a concrete contractor?
I believe we take rebar quotes directly. I'm going to go ahead and put my email back in the chat here. So if there's any questions like that one that I can't answer confidently, shoot me an email, and I usually takes me within 24 hours, I can get you an answer. So, but I do believe we take rebar directly.
Wonderful. I
Yeah.
will be emailing you soon.
Thank you, Patricia. I'll look for your email.
Thank you.
And Amber's pretty responsive, y'all. So, please,
Try to be.
please, follow up because she will follow through.
Thank
That
you.
is always appreciated.
Thank you. All right. I'll stop pulling everyone's ears now. So thanks,
No,
y'all.
we
Thank you.
appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Now, next up is Lease Crutcher Lewis with Nick Pritchard to talk about some PCC Sylvania campus opportunities.
Yeah, hey everybody. Thanks for having me. And yeah, this project is actually, I'll go ahead and share my screen. This is actually with PCC's Climb Center building that's downtown by OMSI. Everybody see that slide deck okay?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so this is a progressive design build project. This is the new office for the Office of Planning and Construction for PCC. So it's actually for all of their project managers that are on the bond program across all of their campuses. This project is currently it's a new TI in the third floor of PCC's Klein building. And just to orient you to where that is, it's right here down on the riverfront, sort of a standalone building down by OMSI there. So pretty nice location. And it's a third floor renovation. So we're demoing the full third floor, and it'll be building back for a new office space for the PCC team that will be landing there. We have a variety of conference rooms and open office space through here, some new kitchenettes, some meeting rooms that will be part of this project. We're also doing a number of restroom upgrades while we're in the building, as well as some HVAC and exterior glazing upgrades. With it being design build, we do have a couple of trade partners already on board. MEPF have all been awarded. And so we are currently out to bid for the interior finishes scopes of work. That was published about a week or so ago. We do have a walk tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. at the building if anybody is available and would like to join, see the existing space. These are a couple of just renderings and images of what the finished product will look like. So there'll be, a number of flooring and drywall partitions, ceilings. There's some casework throughout the space. in addition to some others, and I'll show you the actual bid packages that we have out there. Bids are due to us next Friday, the 15th. With any questions coming to us by the end of the week so that we can get those turned around in a timely fashion. If you haven't been with us before, we also use Building Connected, so I'll drop this link in the chat for folks to find, but this is a great place. This is our public plan room, great place for folks to come and see what we have out right now. So you'll see we have a number of opportunities open, but if you come into the PCC Climb, these are all of the packages that we currently have available for folks to bid on. You're welcome to bid on more than one if you'd like. And within each of these, we, of course, have the links to all the drawings and specifications and bid forms and things like that. So a little bit shorter than the other folks, but just wanted to bring this one to the group. And it's a nicer, smaller scale project, and looking forward to some good participation on this one. So.
Absolutely. Any questions from the group? And I'll add a comment that I don't think is really directed at you, Nick, but maybe at our partners in PCC, that Neil asked about design packages or architectural packages, given he lives 4 blocks from this site. Seems like a pretty good opportunity for a neighborhood person. But I think that's more of a PCC question because Nick, y'all aren't procuring any design firms, correct?
That's correct. We do have design is almost complete at this point, with OPSIS being the partner for design services for this project. So.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, offline, Neil, we'll have to get with Janae. I know she's here. She might be tied up, but I wasn't aware if there were those opportunities to get partnerships between the design firms or not. But we're a part of some of these PCC projects, so we want to make sure our members know how to plug in prior to and even after awards are made, if that's an opportunity. But any other questions directly at Nick around the project opportunity at PCC?
We have a question in the chat from Joseph, and the question was who was awarded the electrical bid package?
Mill Plain Electric is the electrical for this project, and they are paired with interface engineering for the design build portion of that.
Sounds good. Thank you for that answer. And Joseph, I'm not sure if you were aware of the bid opportunities at the time that the electrical packages went out, but if folks aren't getting information, certainly NAMAC wants to hear that, and these key NAMAC partners and Lease, Crutcher, Lewis and others that are building at PCC. So just let's make sure that we all work together to make sure you're on all the bid lists, or if for some reason you're not getting the information, I'm pretty sure they're not trying to keep it away from members, but let us know. And we'll circle back with PCC and check in on that, Joseph, or with you directly offline. Any other last comments before we have our last present? Or we got one more presenter, and then a couple of announcements. So if y'all can hang in, would love that. But hearing no more questions, let's get Caitlin up with Turner Construction to talk about some of their upcoming projects and pre-qualification process.
Hi there. Let me just pull up my screen here.
Yes.
Share. There we go. All right, I'm Caitlin McIntyre with Turner Construction, and we've got some work coming up that we'd love to have some of you bid on. Just a quick overview of what's coming up. We've got some work down at West Valley Hospital, and the Red Oak Clinic, I believe, is just wrapping up bidding, so that one might be a little bit late. But they're both TIs. We've been doing work down in the Salem area for over 20 years now, so really familiar with the campus, and these TIs are a really good opportunity to get some smaller companies in and get them started working with us. We've got trades from interior demo, casework, glass and glazing, doors, frame, and hardware. I know there's been a couple masonry packages that have gone out, painting, window treatments, metal framing, drywall ceilings, flooring, painting, electric, and fire alarm. And if you miss out on this one, we usually have a couple more projects coming up. So definitely great opportunity there. Another project we have coming up at Oregon State University, part of their campus housing and dining remodel. We're going to be demoing the existing structures there and then building back the new residence halls and dining facilities. The schedule has shifted around a couple times, so forgive me if this isn't perfectly correct, but I believe there's a July start for early work for like demo and earthwork. And then I can get some more detail on packages to follow that. But if you're interested in that, we have a couple of confidential clients for specialized facilities. One of these is in Eastern Oregon, so it's kind of dependent on travel. The other one is here in town. Concrete, steel, electrical, earthwork, landscape, mechanical, looking for interior glazing, millwork, gypsum board, painting, flooring, signage, casework, site concrete, landscape. All right. So if any of those sound like they might be a good fit for you, first step to bidding with us is your pre-qualification. So our pre-qualification is all done online through a platform called Vertical. You would just go to turnerconstruction.com/subcontractors and follow the prompts. And that gets your company signed up. And we ask you to provide some basic company information, license numbers, insurance limits, recent financial statements, and OSHA safety logs to get you started. Once that's all filled out and approved, then we can get you on our bid lists. So again, if you get into this process and there's something you don't have or something you don't understand that we're asking you for, reach out to myself or really anybody in our procurement department, and I'll provide my contact in the chat. And we're happy to help you through it. There are some things that we're asking that are like nice to haves, but they don't keep you from working with us. So definitely ask if you're not sure. We also have a great program called our Accelerated Payment Program. The way it works is you get paid within 5 days of turning in your pay app, and it is done. There is a small fee associated with it, but I believe if you're getting paid 30 days early, it is 1.99%. So it's a lot lower than taking out credit to try to get that cash flow improved for work expenses. Turner created this program to support trade contractors and get faster payments, more predictable payments, and help to reduce that working capital strain. So it's really great that we have it there, and you don't have to download any other technology. It's all through our Textura program, which is how our subcontractors get paid anyway. So if you're on one of our projects, it's really easy to use. You can opt out of it at any point. So if you need help with cash flow 1 month, you can opt in. Next month, you can opt out, and there's no penalties. So it's nice to have that there. And it is also regardless of if a client pays late, that doesn't affect your fee at all. So. Program we have coming up as well, we have Turner School of Construction Management. Turner started this program in 1969. I believe here in Portland, we've been working on it, or we've been holding it for 20 years or so. And that'll be this fall, September 28th through October 29th. We've got a great list of topics from creating effective business plans and marketing to measuring productivity and billing process, scheduling, estimating, and a really great one on safety. It's also a really awesome opportunity to network with our people. These are all taught by our staff. There's no cost, and it's offered annually to COVID and other certified firms. So if you're interested in this, it's a great way to just get in and meet a lot of Turner staff and get your name out there. We do try to keep class sizes small to keep our ability to adjust the curriculum to what's actually needed in the class. We want to make sure it's relevant and beneficial to everyone attending. So yeah, if you'd like to attend, just reach out to me. My information's there and I'll throw it in the chat as well. All of these are great ways to get involved, like get to know people at Turner and start working with us. All right.
And Caitlin, I'll
Sorry,
ask a
yeah,
question
quick.
because I know Patricia would ask this of you. How are you procuring rebar? Is that through concrete contractor or is that separate through y'all?
So both. That we self-perform our concrete, but we do subcontract rebar through SPO, our self-performed operations. But we also, on projects where we're not using our self-perform, I've seen it done both ways, where we have the rebar scope separate, or we have it through the concrete company.
Okay, well, we'd love to see if Patricia could circle back with you and see if we can unleash that opportunity for her. But
Yeah, absolutely.
yep. But other than that, any other questions from the rest of the membership?
Me, the
Oh,
only
go
one,
ahead, Patricia.
probably. All right. Can I reach out to you, Caitlin, on a private message to see if you can share the list of all the concrete contractors that are bidding to you at your project, so that way I can send my bid to them?
Yeah, absolutely. Just per project, we'll also get you in touch with, if you're bidding a project, we'll get you in touch with the project team and procurement that's running that, so they know exactly who you can reach out to as well.
Okay, so what I will do, I'm gonna go ahead and go into your www.turnerconstruction.com/subcontractors so that I can do my pre-qualification. And then after that, maybe you can get me connected with your concrete contractors, and that way I can send them my bid every time you have a project out to bid.
Absolutely.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Any other members? Okay. Caitlin, you shut them down. Always good to see you and glad you are attending and staying consistently present with us.
Thanks,
Looking
Nate. It's good to
forward for
see you.
folks. Yep, looking forward to those dropping off. And I think what the plan is every presentation will go out to members. I just always like to say that because even members that aren't here, we want to make sure that they get that information too. And then last but not least, thank y'all for hanging on. We have two announcements. Would love one of our NAMAC members and Isaiah Holt of Epic Electric to talk about his announcement, followed by Nami from Oregon Tradeswomen, and that will round out our discussions for today, and we will wrap the meeting up and adjourn. But let's stay on for brother Isaiah Holt and followed by Nami from Oregon Tradeswomen. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Hey now, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Good afternoon. Great presentations for everybody, by the way. My name is Isaiah Holt, owner of Epic Electric. I also started a program called Epic Academy. And what we do is teach about PV, which is solar panel stuff and renewable energy, and teaching the youth who have been incarcerated and or have been through some struggles with the justice system, teaching them how to get into electrical trade and electrical theory, and also do mentoring with that. So if you reach out to me if you know anyone, the program starts with the youth that are 18 and over, have a driver's license, absolutely helps. But if you don't, we still can kind of work with you with that. And the program lasts for 10 weeks. Our next cohort starts June 1st. So if you're interested or know anyone that want to get involved, or some type of nephew or niece that want some just a little bit of help, I'm here to help that. So appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and Isaiah, on that note, and you might have, but did we get any information on like a flyer or any of that for the NAMAC team to distribute?
I will bring that. I will put that in
Okay.
there and post. Sorry, I'm in the middle of this big gear transition downtown, so I kind of slacked on that. So I apologize.
Oh no, you all right. We all right. We know you wearing multiple
I'm
hats.
working. I'm working.
If you but we appreciate what you bringing to the table and again, we'll share that information and send people your way, including partners and members.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for that announcement, and we'll let Nami round us out on Oregon Tradeswomen.
Well, thank you, Nate. I'm Nami Bigos. I am the Deputy Director of Operations here at Oregon Tradeswomen. And I wanted to share as one of the newly joined community partners for NAMAC. Um, we are hosting our annual career fair this in 9 days. If I have to check, it's we host a 2 day career fair, and many people who are on this call will are already signed up and will be there. This is a 2 day event. 1 day is focused on youth, as in middle school and high school aged schools and youth programs. And then the second day is open to the public, which if you are not signed up for the event, I would love for anyone to come by and check it out. The big update is that this year we've moved our event to the Expo Center. We are continuing to grow the event. We have 104 vendors participating and counting. And we have right now about 2,300 students signed up for the Friday day and are expecting a good turnout on Saturday. This is the folks who are involved. The goal is not about recruiting to Oregon tradeswomen, even though we will be there. We have all the other pre-apprenticeship programs there, other training programs. It is to get people interested in the concept of coming into the skilled trades. They get to dabble in a lot of activities ranging from playing with liquid nitrogen to welding to cement to you name it. And a lot of opportunities for how, depending on where you are in your journey, of learning, training, career paths. There's an option for you for folks who are going to be there to learn about what their next steps may be, whether they want to be a laborer or they want to be an engineer. And even on Saturday, we've got a at noon a burn trailer event happening with Portland Fire and Rescue and the sprinkle fitters. So it is a great way to see a lot of different parts of the community come together. It is open to all youth and adults. Um, and let me know if you have any questions. If you want to get involved this year, check it out. It's a free event. Or if you want to reach out and talk to me about 2027. Either way, we just want to make sure we are continuing to build up that pipeline for the ages to come.
Absolutely, Nami. And we've posted it in our chat and certainly we'll post it in our social media networks if we haven't already. But please, partners and members, plug in to our great partner in Oregon Tradeswomen. We want to support their events just as much as any other youth engagement and young adults too that are looking to get into these careers. So, um, rounding out discussion, I'll just see if there's anybody else on the chat that are in the virtual space that wants to make a quick announcement. I bought y'all about 8 minutes, but if you don't have any last comments, we will release you early. So I'm gonna just scan real quick.
Hey, Nate, I wanted to just remind everyone that the East County Library grand opening is May 16th. And I put it in the chat earlier, but NAMAC was a key partner in the delivery as part of the owner rep team, working with Multnomah County and with OTAC and myself. So it will be a great celebration that weekend, 2 full days. The soft opening actually is a couple of days before, but this is just a transformational library that truly will be a legacy to our community and the next generation.
Completely agree with Mike, and he's been a great partner with us at NAMAC and got us on a lot of this work. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say it was like godsend, because y'all can see him in the clouds. He has hovered all the way down to Earth just to see us again. So, so,
Oh, you're too funny.
so Mike, you already know we appreciate you and love the partnership. But thank you.
It's
Thank
equal.
you for that announcement. And I don't know if we have that in an email or anything you could send to us to make sure we can send it out to all the members that aren't here
Yeah,
today.
I'll have Liz, our communication
Okay.
person, connect with you and send them.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great.
All
And
right.
thank you for rounding us out, Mike. I will give y'all back 6 minutes of your life. Appreciate y'all attending the virtual meeting in the month of May. You will see us in person in June. And please, if you are looking for additional information, check in with the team. Please get your dues paid. And outside of that, have a good evening, and we'll see you, if not this week, next week, or in the future. So you take care. Meeting adjourned.
Thanks, Nate.
Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
all. Have a good evening.
Take care. Yes. Have a good evening. Take care. Great job, NAMAC team. Get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow. All right.